Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Love coming out of you makes you happy. The whole world can love you, but that is not the love that will make you happy. What will make you happy is to share all the love you have inside of you. That is the love that will make the difference. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 7. NASDAQ was up 18. S&P's up 4. Gold contract up $16.30, trading at $1,245 an ounce. Silver up 42 cents at $20.11 an ounce. Platinum up 17 at $1,435 an ounce. Copper up 4 pennies at $3.34 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1 at $92.68 a barrel. Bonds, big move in bonds. 30-year was up, 10-year was up almost a full point, up 30 ticks, 32 ticks a full point. That is at 124.09. 30-year up a point and 10 ticks at 130.20. King dollar down 390 ticks, trading out at 80.74. The euro up 58 at 136.66, and the yen down 74, trading out at 104.08. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, we're at 1840. We did 525 million out here, so you get a sideways movement. We have a sideways movement, in fact, the last 7 trading days after the expansion off the high on January 2nd. The high of January 2nd was the 1845. You come down to 1827. From that point on, we've been going sideways. If we go over and we take a look at the SPY, the SPY, what we had with the SPY is this. She's at 184.14. You get a nice little hanging man on a council charting deal at the high up here. If we put this on a weekly basis, what you have at that high goes like this. So we did 97 million today. For the week, we did 479 million. The high that was tapped last week was 184.69, and guess what? I suspect that's going to get tapped again, because what we had done is this. The high of December 20th, the week of December 20th, is 181.99. And we got down to 182.08. So it's like it really went into that level, did it to that light of volume, and now it basically went sideways. So that's saying when we're that close to 184.69, which are only 50 cents away, it's going to go tap it. Dow Industrials, what we did with the Dow Industrials, she had a sideways move out here today, down $7. She's been sideways basically the last 8 trading days. Now, the Dow Industrials, folks, basically is set up with 2 sweet little dojis at the highs on the weekly. That is basically saying that, hey, guess what? It can't get up and over this 16,588. What I do expect you're going to see, because of the S&P wanted to tap the high, more than likely we're going to see the Dow tap the high also. We go to the NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. She's got a hanging man, which is bearish on a daily basis. We put this back, and you put it on a weekly basis. Bottom line is that what you have is that the high that was established out there is about 3 points higher than where we are. That NASDAQ composite is going to go tap it. We're at 4174, 4177 is game out there to be basically tested next week. Gold contract. What we have with gold is this. We're at 1245.90. We come in with 152,000 contracts out here today. Bottom line, she's over the 1231.60. She's over it on the daily. She's over it on the weekly. And guess what? You get volume behind the move. We did 152,000 contracts. She's coming into the swing, which is a beautiful thing. And what she's done, folks, is this. This is what's really cool about the actual physical contract. We are at 1245.70. 1247.70 was the swing high from the 6th of January. We did 152,000 contracts there. We did 152,000 today. You're pushing into that, and you're pushing into it with highs. That's baby's going to break Monday or Tuesday. And the way that's set up is that when that breaks, we're going to see 1362 coming at us pretty quickly in gold. It's going to be pretty amazing watching that whole thing shake out. We go over to silver, SIH4. What we have in the silver market is this. Silver did 48,000 contracts today. We're 20.12. She was coming into the same time frame, meaning on January 2nd. She's coming in with 4,000 more contracts. The high of January 2nd is 20.44. We went to 20.25 today. We closed at 20.12. Bottom line, silver also wants to go. And the move on silver would go from where we are now, 20.12, all the way up to the 23.11 mark. So you can expect, I do expect next week we're going to have a large move. Now, bonds. You got to check this out. This is pretty amazing. Bond market, and this was all about. The job market came out this morning, jobs number. Jobs number came in at 70,000, 75,000 instead of 200,000. That put monster volatility inside the bond market. Bonds took off with wide price spread, with conviction, with all of the above. And technically, folks, this was a classic setup. The 10-year bond did 1.5 million contracts. We go up almost a full point. That is saying that the 10-year now is going to start making its way to 126.25, which is, no doubt is a large move. We take a look at the yield. The yield is 2.8 right now. We go to the 30-year bond, USH4. 30-year bond also had the wide price spread, accelerated volume, and the 30-year was tucking its head over that yesterday. When we were talking yesterday, you could see the 30-year was already tucking its head above the swing. You not only went above the swing today with conviction, you had price spread, you had all of the above. The 30-year right now is at 130.20. That's saying that little baby's going to run to the 133 level. And what both the 10-year, the 30-year had done, in fact, I'll bring up the 30-year for you right now so you can see the correlation. What we have done on a much longer-term basis is this. When the 30-year, and in fact, bonds themselves, when they went topside with force, they went topside, folks, the August of 2011. We come down, the bottom of that in the 30 years, 127.09. Well, we had come down to 127.23. We come down with lighter volume. That was the initial break in the break topside. We pulled in it with lighter volume, and guess what? Now, this is what's really cool. What you have is that you're also back inside the range. Now, you're not in the higher range, but you're certainly inside 129.25, which sets up that you're going to make a run to this 136 level. So it's a big number when you look at the aspect as to where this can run to. King dollar. Let's take a look at King dollar, because as the jobs number come up, bonds go topside, King dollar pulls back. In fact, goes back 500 ticks. King dollar back 385 ticks. We are at 80.75. That 80.75 is coming into 35,000 contracts. The high out there is the 80.71. So how that comes back in, you know, I suspect what we're going to have is this. Will it trade a little bit lower on Monday? Yes, but not much. King dollar also still wants higher price. And the way this jobs number comes in, folks, what I expect you're going to see out here, you're going to see more softness, basically, inside of the market. It's going to be intriguing to see how the bond is moving up and what, in fact, lower rates, of course, basically can turn around and say, okay, are they going to pump more money in? Are they going to pump less money in? I don't expect that they're not going to continue to pull back by $10 billion per meeting. But bottom line, to me, is that the move on bonds is twofold. The move on bonds has to do with the deflationary aspects that are basically still in the marketplace out here. We went through all the, in fact, if you were at that webinar that I did the other night, we went through the fundamental reasons that I thought that bonds would go higher. Because when you take a look at bonds across the world and what they are paying in correlation of what the currency is, our bonds are paying big money in the correlation of what you could get at in different countries. So if I just take a look at the 10-year, if you want to see how bizarre it is, the 10-year in Japan, guess what? It's 0.6269 of 1%. And the yen's getting weaker, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Don't forget, folks, right at TFNN, we do 9 hours of programming, live programming, each and every trading day. You can get it all right on your cell phone at tfnn.mobi. You stay right there because we have our technology expert, man, Mr. Dave White, coming back with me. The Dow finished down 8.7, NASDAQ up 18, S&P's up 4.5. We're going to be right back, folks.